How did we go from back-breaking manual labour to these unstoppable machines? The answer begins with one man, in a dusty shed, with a vision that would transform farming forever. Today's harvesters, with their roaring engines and massive size, seem unstoppable. They can clear a field in hours, a task that once took weeks, and all with just a few people. But how did we go from the scythe to these marvels of engineering? To understand, we must travel back to rural Australia and meet the man who changed it all, Headlie Taylor. Headlie Taylor, a farmer from Henty, New South Wales, didn't come from an engineering background. In fact, he had no formal technical training at all, but what he did have was a relentless desire to solve problems. It's said that necessity is the mother of invention, and Taylor's story is proof of this idea. Before he became the inventor that revolutionized farming, Headlie Taylor was a regular farmer. He spent his early life working on his family's farm, dealing with the challenges of wheat farming during an era when it was a back-breaking and time-consuming task. With no mechanical assistance, farmers relied on basic tools and the help of horses to till and harvest the land. Headlie was always resourceful. Whether fixing broken machinery or coming up with new ways to make daily work easier, his natural ingenuity stood out. But it was during one particularly grueling harvest season that his mind turned to solving one of the biggest challenges of farming, harvesting wheat efficiently. Imagine standing in a vast wheat field. The crop is ready for harvest, but the tools at your disposal are rudimentary. One such tool is the scythe, a long, curved blade that required great skill and strength. The scythe was used to manually cut wheat, one swing at a time. The crop would then be gathered, bundled, and left in the field to dry before being collected for threshing. Harvesting with scythes was incredibly labour-intensive and inefficient. In fact, it often required a whole team of workers to clear a field, and it took days, sometimes weeks, to complete a harvest. After the cutting, wheat would be transported for threshing, where the grain was separated from the straw. For farmers, this multi-step process meant hours of work and significant costs in hiring labour. Headlie knew there had to be a better way. Why did harvesting wheat have to be so laborious and inefficient? Why did the processes of cutting, bundling, and threshing have to be separate tasks? It was a question that consumed him. Frustrated by what he saw year after year, Taylor began brainstorming, drawing up plans and tinkering with machinery in his blacksmith shed, determined to find a solution. He knew it wouldn't be easy. Combining multiple tasks into a single machine meant overcoming complex mechanical challenges. But for Headlie, the challenge was one he couldn't ignore. Without any formal education in engineering, Headlie Taylor began his journey to create what would later become known as the header harvester. He built prototypes in his blacksmith shop, experimenting with different designs, altering mechanisms, and carefully observing how the various components would function together day after day. Taylor worked tirelessly on his prototypes. Each failure was a step towards success, and over time, his machine began to take shape. In 1914, after years of dedication, the first working prototype of his header harvester was complete. Taylor's header harvester was a leap forward for farming. His machine could cut, elevate, and thresh the wheat in a single process, completing in hours what used to take days. Farmers were astonished by its efficiency. By streamlining the entire harvesting process, Taylor's invention saved enormous amounts of time and labour. This machine was a game changer, and its impact wasn't just felt in Henty. News of Taylor's invention quickly spread, with farmers all over Australia adopting the new technology to revolutionise their harvests. Today, Headlie Taylor's legacy is immortalised in his hometown of Henty, where a monument stands in his honour. The statue, a stunning bronze casting, was carefully crafted to capture Taylor's spirit and determination. Installed in the heart of Henty, the monument serves as a reminder of the profound impact one man can have, not just on a town, but on an entire industry. Taylor's invention didn't just change the way wheat was harvested, it also changed the course of agricultural history. Taylor's invention laid the groundwork for what would eventually evolve into the modern combine harvester. From the dusty wheat fields of Henty to the massive industrial farms of today, Taylor's contributions continue to shape the world of agriculture. Headlie Taylor may have started out as a farmer, but his invention has ensured that his legacy lives on in every harvest.
Right up the shape of